Good afternoon, everyone. I didn't know if I don't know if I'm live or not. I'll tell you the truth. I don't know. It's the same phone. I just got through having lunch. I just had me as a chicken pot pie, y'all. I got it yesterday now, I don't know. I don't think this is right. I don't think it doesn't look right. It looks like, I'm supposed, let's see. What's this? I guess I'm recording. I don't know, but it seemed like it didn't look like this the last time I was recording on here. But I see the timer is going on. But anyway, I just came up here to say hello. And I also came up here to say that I went to the doctor's today about my ear that I thought was a earbud in my ear. Oh no, it was not an earbud. The doctor took a look at my ear. She says, no, it doesn't look like an earbud. And she says, it looks like wax. And I'm going like this. I'm like, she's digging in there trying to get it out. It doesn't really hurt, but it feels funny. It felt a little teeny weeny bit of a nerve or something like that in there. But then when she got it out, it was like, they looked like little crystal rocks, and it wasn't like dark. I'm used to wax in the ear being like a dark, sort of dark brown. Well, this was like crystals. You ever seen crystals? And then it looked something like this, yellowish like that. But a crystal, they look like crystals. Uh, she said, she said, it looks like I may have eczema in my ear. And I said, wow, I never heard of that before. And she says, because my ears were so dry. And then she says, just to be sure, she's going to look over here and check this ear out as well, which I appreciated that. She was so nice. She was so young and cute. She looked like she might still be in high school, but she was a nurse practitioner. And she got it out of my ear, and I wish I had saved them, and I could have shown shown it to you. And she kept picking. There was one sort of big one. She said, "This one is kind of large," and that's the one I think that that sort of bothered me a little bit when she was getting it out. Otherwise, there were little, smaller ones, and she showed them to me what she had gotten out. I thought she was going to show me an earbud because that's what I've been saying it was all this time. But in fact, she said it was wax buildup, and it looked like I had a little eczema inside of my ear. And so what she did was she prescribed some, I forgot what she said. I don't know if it's mineral oil or some stuff. And she said something, I think she said it had steroid in it. I forgot what she said. But anyway, she called it into my pharmacy. I haven't gotten it from my pharmacy yet. Well, my pharmacy hasn't delivered it. I'm going to ask them, can they deliver it tomorrow? I would go get it myself if it wasn't raining. But I'll tell you, it's raining so hard. It was raining so hard when I went to the doctor, you couldn't hardly see. Water was just rushing down the street. And from my apartment, I had to walk to the street. I got wet, and I took not my scooter, I took my walker with me. The walker was wet. I had on my raincoat. I think where's my raincoat? Oh, here it is. I got it laying over here, right back here. This green, I don't know if you can see it from where you are. Oh, right there. That's my raincoat. They're hanging on a chair because I'm letting it dry out. Right, where's my finger? Right there. Right. Eh, there. That's it. Well, you can see it. It's like an olive green hanging over there on the chair. It got, well, it doesn't soak the water inside of it. The water sort of beads up. What in the world is this? Wait a minute. My goodness, these cameras. I was supposed to buy a phone today, but the weather's so bad. I didn't stop. I haven't gone out. So I hope the weather is good tomorrow. If the weather is good tomorrow, she gonna get her a phone tomorrow. She gonna get her an iPhone tomorrow. But I wanted to come up here to let y'all know what happened when I went to the doctor, which I'm glad that it wasn't, an earbud. But I could still feel my ear kind of feel funny. It's almost like a little sore like inside. And so I don't know if that oil or whatever she ordered for me to put in my ear. She said I would only have to use it like once a week. Put like 2 drops in my ear before I go to bed. I don't know what that what. Wait a minute. Device something of. I don't know what that thing said. I can't get nothing to work for me, y'all. I tried to go live. I couldn't even go live. I said, "Jeez, what is happening here?" And I forgot how to go live. Let's put it like that. I was reading it. It looked like it's different from where it was before when I went live. You know, I haven't been live since what? Oh Lord, I think a year ago, about a year ago, I think. And I think it was a holiday. I remember that because some of my grandkids were here. But I just checked in to tell y'all that and let you know that all is well and all around grandma still hanging in here. And I'm about to take me a nap. I had bought myself a pot pie when I went to Popeyes yesterday. I got me a chicken pot pie. And I put that bad boy in the stove and heated that up. And you already know. And I was talking to my sister because she called me to see what happened. I was talking to her, and of course, I usually eat about half of that pie and I'm good. But today, I must have been very hungry because I ate 3 quarters of the pie, and I put the other quarter that was left in the refrigerator. I'm going to have that later on. But it was so good, y'all. I wish I had got 2. Mm, that's how good it was. I wish I had 2, and I would have had one for. I don't know what I'm gonna have for dinner now. I'll probably have some tuna salad or something. Cause the old girl ain't cooking today at all. I don't feel like cooking. I don't like to cook a lot of times. But anyway, y'all, I just came up here to tell you that and let you know what the outcome was. Hopefully, I'm gonna call my pharmacy because they have a tendency. I don't know if they check their emails or how, whenever the doctor sends a strip over to them. I don't know if they even check. I don't know. And so I'm gonna call them to make sure they got it, and that way I can make sure even I can go and pick it up. But I ain't going to pick it up today because it's all the rain. I'll tell you, it was raining so hard. It was raining real hard, and it was slow down raining for a while. And then when I got ready to come back home, it started pouring again. I mean, drenching rain real hard. And the weatherman said it's going to be like that, like on and off, and even tonight. I said, wow. And so then there's I think a flood warning or something like that going around as well, y'all. So if I were you, if I didn't have to drive, because you can drown in a little bit of water. I mean, your car, you know, depends on where it's at. Yeah, don't try to drive through the, water if you're not sure. Turn around and go back the other way. But anyway, I just came up here to let y'all know what was going on. And have y'all ever watched this thing on YouTube, Pop the Balloon? I believe it's a lot of malarkey, but it's funny. Some of it is funny and some of it is kind of sad. But they have a tendency to talk about the man's clothes and talk about his shoes. He too old, he too short. I said, my goodness. And then, they got to pop the balloon. But I like the show sometimes, when I'm not just lying in bed and it's, nothing else that I really want to get into right at the moment. So I'll watch that. If I go to sleep on that, just go to sleep on it. Which is what I'm getting ready to do now because when I have to go somewhere, I can't sleep that good. So I'm up all night and I'm trying to record on this crazy phone. Let me see if I can show you the phone that I'm trying to record on. Hold on just a second. I ain't going anywhere. I'm just signing into my other phone. I'm trying to show you the picture. Ooh, the phone. Wait a minute. How do I show you the picture of the phone? I don't know if you can see that. What the heck? I need the camera. That's what I need. Where's the camera? Oh well. I bet you won't see it. It's just a phone. I don't know how to work nothing no more. I think I just need a good old nap. How about this? Let's see. No. Nope, 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 nope. Is that showing the phone? I don't know. But anyway, I'll show it to you some other time, y'all. Because I'm in a state of, I gotta go to sleep. Because, like I said, I'm up all night long. And then since I got home, I talked to my daughter and I talked to my sister. And just when I got through talking to her, her cat giver, whatever, came to her house. So I thank God because we would probably been still talking right now. But I would have had to tell her, I got to get off because I gotta at least have a nap. Probably sleep about an hour and then I'm back up again. And I'm not gonna cook like I said, so I ain't got to worry about that. What is that, man? Oh, that's my shirt. I was like, what the heck is that over there? Let me show you, y'all. On my table. I got all this stuff right here was in my walker pocket. But when I got ready to go out, I had to take it out and put it I just put it on the table. Because I was taking my walker with me instead of my scooter. I didn't take my scooter and I didn't want to take my chain because I felt like I was going to walk too far. It's like a distance. And I went to 2 appointments, in the same building. So I had my blood drawn because I was due for the blood draw. Got my blood drawn while I was there. That's on the 2nd floor. Then when I got ready to go to the ear doctor, and that was the one I was worried about. So I had to go up to the 4th floor. But then when I went to get my blood drawn for my blood draw first, and then they seemed like they were taking a long time to call, and it was time for my appointment. And so I went. I said, okay. I told the lady, the receptionist, that I had to go. I said because I have another appointment upstairs, and I said I'll come back when I'm done with that appointment. And lo and behold, I was back home before 12 o'clock. I sure was. I was back home before 12 o'clock. About 11. I think I got done about 11:30. Now my appointment was at 11. My ride came to pick me up about 10:15. Easy peasy, y'all. But the only thing, the weather, that woo. I looked out there one time and I almost canceled the appointment. But I said, no, I'm not going to cancel it because I wanted this thing out of my ear. Whatever it was was in my ear, I wanted it out. And that's why I kept the appointment. Rain or shine. That's what I said I was going to do. I was going to keep the appointment. And so I did. But while I was there, the doctor had already put the order in for me to get another blood draw. And so, because I don't think I had my blood drawn since I started taking that new medication. That's why she wanted me to get me another blood draw. Matter of fact, my primary care doctor, had put that in last week I think it was last week I went to her. But I could go to, get my blood drawn whenever I want to. But since I was going to be in that building today, I was like, why not? Kill one bird with 2 stones. No, kill 2 stones with 1 bird. No. Kill 2 birds with 1 stone. That's the way it goes, y'all. Don't pay me no mind. You know. I ain't got my head screwed on tight and all my ducks are not lining up. And on that note, I go with love and I'll see you again soon.